Alright, just in the church this morning. Gonna be a drive from Fredericton, New Brunswick to Oromocto, New Brunswick. Just getting a coffee here. Hi. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Thanks. Alright, we got our coffee. Now we are off to church. And as always, both hands are on the steering wheel. I'm not touching anything. The cell phone's clear into my touch. Perfectly legal here. Sugar in that, but I guess that's better for me. That's my coffee I'm talking about. And here we go. Off to Oromocto, Christian Praise Fellowship. Is there a little touchy this morning? Second video recorded driving. I'm gonna start getting. I'm gonna record driving to Fredericton, record it sometime. Awesome place to visit. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff to do. There's if you're young, there's clubs and stuff like that. I mean, I did that all stuff at my age, but there's a lot of nice places to eat. There's the hilltop of Fredericton. The coffee mill's my favorite. A lot of nice places to go downtown to eat. I'm not quite sure what the name of all it is, but I don't go downtown much. Can't really afford it. Can't afford a whole lot right now, so I'm trying to eat a healthier diet too. So. Should have a good drive to work tonight. Forward safety system disabled camera obscured, just ice on the front of the car here. I cleaned the car off as good as I could this morning. Get all the big ice off, don't want that flying into somebody. unexpected too. Back in I guess back in August last year when I got expected. So I'll go as long as I can, as long as it's not in my view or gets any worse when it is. Right now we are right at 110 kilometers an hour. It's the posted speed limits. This car be 4 years, I thought. The only thing I've had to do a little body work to it already because it was actually this part of the highway by Lincoln to Brunswick where they were doing construction on the road, and there was quite a few dips, and of course this car is very low to the ground like most cars, and I ended up trying to stay out of the holes, but ended up scraping money grab. I mean, that's not right. That, you know what I'm saying? I've never met these men, and I never will meet them. I'm assuming unless they pop up here in Canada or something. But at the end of the day, that stuff's just a bunch of hogwash to me. They're taking people's money. There's nothing wrong with tithing off. The Bible speaks on that, and I'm not good on that myself. I lack in that area of my life, but just taking money from people to go out and buy private jets and all that bullshit, we'll say, that's not. That's you're scamming. It's a scam, is what it is, and I encourage anyone that's given that kind of ministry to stop, because all they're doing is taking their money and you're making their bank accounts bigger, and it's a bunch of foolishness is all it is. You're not receiving any blessing from, maybe the blessing of stupidity for giving it to them. That's about the only blessing you're getting out of that. I mean, it is. It's let's talk about it here a little bit. It's plain stupid. It's like a scam. It's like somebody calling you up and trying to get your credit card or saying you want a trip or something like that. This is just a different form. It's actually a curse. It's actually blaspheming the Holy Ghost, as far as I'm concerned. They're using God as a puppet almost to get money out of you for their own being. There's no need of them having to have a private jet. They can fly around the world just as good as you and I can in a commercial airline. Like, come on now. Like, that stuff is foolish, and I don't believe in it. Oh yeah, we're in Oromocto, New Brunswick, by the way. So I encourage people to not only, I mean, I think it's false religion, I really do. And I understand a building has to run. I really do, and it takes money to run it, and that's what a lot of times tithes and offerings goes. And the pastor has to be paid too. I get that. Like, I'm not against that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, but this craziness of trying to ring the average Joe working and stuff, no, that's not right. I guarantee you wouldn't ask him for some money, the answer would be no pretty quick. Or maybe maybe they would be different, I don't know. And I've heard they give the different organizations and stuff like that, and I'm sure like they have some good in them, everybody has good in them, and some of it is for a good cause, but I'd have to say about 95% of it's a bunch of bullshit. Like, I couldn't sit there and do that if I was in the ministry and stuff like that. It's just wrong, because I mean, I come from a hard-working family, and my father still works every day in the woods. He's 70 years old, and we were never allowed to sit around. I appreciate everything I do have, right? And I love life. I don't take it for granted. I love the simple things in life, like going to get a coffee or going to church. I enjoy that, but I'm not, I think a lot of in the last days here, I think a lot of people will just use Jesus as a puppet, just to try to bless you, and if you give $1,000 and stuff, and come on, people, I've heard stories that these old couple give online and lying to these people that I mentioned earlier for years and years, and the only thing they got blessed with was the broken bank account. Come on now, and I'm not calling anybody stupid that does this, and I think it's people get into it and they buy into it, and it's just they think it's a scam. It's all it is. And for me to do it, God gives you the brain power to know that it's just you're making their bank account fat. And that's what I said. If I was going to ask God to bless me with anything, I was going to give to those kinds of people and stuff like that. The bull crap ministries, and it's fake. It's fake. And it is. I'd ask them to give me the blessing of stupidity, because it's not even worth it. I mean, it's foolish, is what it is. So. But anyway, each to their own. That's what I always said, and I don't know. You have to be very. And by the way, if anybody calls you ever and tells you want a trip and all that stuff, hang the phone up or have a little bit of fun with them and go along with them for a while. That's what I usually do. They usually tell me they're going to hunt me down and find me and all this stuff. They know where to live. All right, come on down. And there's the Oromocto High School. I actually went to high school there many, many years ago now. like to get a dash cam. I'm just recording from my own cell phone right now. There's the Oromocto Hospital. Been there a few times. It is wet, nasty, and roasted this morning. Soon. The Oromocto funeral had enough deaths in the family last year. To do me a lifetime. Alright. This church I'm pulling into, it's Christian Praise Fellowship. I think she's all plowed out. I'm quite impressed. I messaged the pastor, Michael Worsher, before I came down, make sure it was. See, this guy here, the pastor here, you don't need some big fancy building, or that's what the pastor drives right there. Toyota Corolla, you don't need these big fancy buildings and these big fancy cars for God to bless you. Like I said before, it's just not right. We're going to pull up over here and give people lots of room. And there we are. The car stopped. I'll turn her off. I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a wonderful day, and don't be given to those ministries that are just a scam. Thanks for watching.